It's the middle of winter and the wind is blowing. You're at the grocery store and you're pushing your cart out to your car. You get to your car, open the trunk, load the groceries, and you turn. You see that the cart returns about 50 yards away, and now it's starting to sleet and blow. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna take the cart back? Are you gonna leave it? You're gonna try to fit it in between cars? What's your move? In this video, I'm gonna talk about how little things like that impact your confidence and the way that you view the world, and also talk about some little changes that you can make to improve your confidence. I'm also gonna talk about some trends that I see going on in our culture and society to help you better understand what's going on, and also how to position yourself within that. You know, a lot of times it's easy just to kind of ride the trends as opposed to assess them for yourself to realize what's really going on and see what your thoughts really are in the trend. You know, I always see people so many times, all they do when they're talking about politics is regurgitate the last talking head that they saw at whatever news station that they like, and they don't even think things through for themselves. And it shows because you ask them one question to clarify their position and they don't know. They just get mad because they've never thought it through. It just sounded nice when the silver fox said it on TV. So anyway, I want to talk about a big picture called renter versus owner mentality. And bear with me, this is the first time I've talked about this, and I've been thinking about it for probably 6 months, but it's still kind of just the framework, and I'm sure I'll get more clarity as time progresses and I can work through these ideas more in my head. But I wanted to get this out because I think it's very interesting. I think you'll appreciate this. So what do I mean by a renter's mentality? Well, what does a renter of a house do? Do they really care if something goes wrong in 10 years? No, it's the owner's responsibility. Are they really keeping that thing up and clean as they would if it was their own? Usually not. Whereas an owner living in their house, they are, because they take responsibility. I want to talk about your perspective on being a renter or an owner of the world. I know it sounds kind of ambiguous and a big idea, but I think it'll make more sense as I get through it. So many people are either on one end or the other. And the people who view themselves as a renter, what might they do? Probably not return carts, probably litter. I mean, a big trend that I see is these bird scooters and these Uber scooters, you know, the motorized ones that are electric. People think it's funny to kick them over and to throw them into lakes. Why do they do that? Think about that. Why are they really doing that? Why are they vandalizing these scooters? Because they can. There's no way they can get in trouble for it, and they're a renter, so they're getting away with what they can. They're sticking it to the man because as a renter, you feel like the establishment and everyone is above you. They're out to get you. They're out to control you. Your city, the police, the government, the Illuminati, whoever, they're all against you. You're a renter. So when I get a chance, I'm gonna stick it to them. It's just like when people go out to restaurants and the minute they're paying, they act like they're some big boss and they're rude to the person because they can. It's their big chance to feel powerful, to get back at the establishment. Haha, these people put these scooters out there. I'm gonna show them this is my time to get back at them. Who? Who are they getting back at? Some investor in Silicon Valley, some kids in a startup? They don't even care. They just want any instance that they can get back at the man. Who's the man? Why are you doing that to the Uber? I mean, it's Uber's like a private company, or why are you doing that to the bird scooter? Oh, it's funny how they're never gonna get me. It's funny. It's so ridiculous. When you look at people who have low status, that people treat poorly, right? And they go out, anywhere they go, people kind of ignore them. At work, they don't get promoted. What kind of mentality do you think they have? Almost always a renter's mentality. And that builds on itself because the more people treat them bad, the more they want to feel that power and that influence. Their one time to actually have an impact on something. If that's throwing away a $150 scooter, well, at least they're doing something and they're having an impact. At least they know they're real and they can make some sort of move in this world. It's very sad and it shows the lowest status. Renters have the lowest status. Now, what about an owner? An owner might grab a cart that's not even theirs and put it back. An owner might volunteer. An owner realizes the police, the government, it's just them. Who do you think makes these bodies up? It's just them. They could be a police officer. They could run for the government. They could be in that position. They're doing us a service. I'm not saying that either branch is perfect, but they're an owner. They're a part of it. They're helping. They're not isolated. It's not people against them. And as an owner, you don't litter. You don't feel good about that, okay? So that's the big picture. And I'd ask you, how do you feel about those things? When you don't return the cart, how do you feel about that? Because that leads me into my next point. When you do things that you feel like you're slipping one by, what does that do to your integrity? How do you feel about yourself? Renters feel like if no one's watching, then anything they do bad or out of character or that has low integrity, it doesn't matter because no one's watching, no one's there. An owner realizes everything they do, their subconscious is watching. They know what they're doing. Their self-confidence and self-image and self-esteem is massively impacted by that. And I would argue that is the most important viewer. You're watching the movie of your life in real time all the time. There's not even a split second where you don't see what you're doing, and your brain is forming an image of who you are. That's why integrity, when I was younger, I remember I used to take a little karate, and one of the things was integrity. And I always remember thinking, what is that? Why is that really important? Like integrity. And then you realize that integrity aligns with what you feel about yourself, which is the most important perspective you can possibly have. Talk about true confidence. Talk about integrity. I feel like those two things are very, very well aligned. You don't see people with true rock solid confidence and charisma that don't have a lot of integrity. They live along the moral lines that they've decided are the right moral lines for them that they can feel good about. Therefore, they can be confident in their actions. Even when you're making an action or making a decision that you're not completely sure about, if it falls within your lines of integrity, you can do that confidently. That's why leaders all have strong integrity, because a lot of times you have to make decisions with ambiguity around there. There's no clear-cut decision. But are people going to believe you or follow you if you're like, yeah, I think we should do this? It's ambiguous. No. And one guy's like, no, what about this? Versus a guy, even if it's ambiguous decision that not everyone's behind, he's like, I see it this way. I feel like this. We're going to do this. People aren't going to question that because they can see he's confident in it. And the only way to gain true confidence in that is to have integrity as a person. Now let's look at a little more of a scientific perspective on this as opposed to just my thoughts. So charity has been shown through data to be an attractive characteristic, both as far as attracting someone of the opposite sex or someone you're attracted to, or just being an attractive person for other people, a charismatic person. I should probably use that term. Why is it? Think about it for a minute. Why would you think that a charitable person or someone seeing a charitable gift or donation, why would that be attractive to other people? Because it shows abundance. Is anyone who doesn't have enough for themselves going to give someone else something? Probably not. They have their necessities covered. Anytime people see abundance, it's attractive because number one, the person is successful, but number two, it shows a mentality. I have enough. I'm fine. It means a lot for me to help somebody else. And it also shows kind of a growth, mature mindset, because as we do grow, this is another thing that I kind of, when I was growing up, you hear these people like Tony Robbins and stuff in their books, these people who have been around and studied successful people. So you know they know what they're talking about, but they're like, the highest happiness is giving back, giving away. Like, I'm not happy making more money. I always remember thinking, yeah, easy for you to say, you have a bunch of money, you've made it all, right? Yeah, I haven't. Let me be in that position. And then you do realize, not that I've made a ridiculous amount of money or anything, but you do realize that by helping people, it really does provide a true sense of satisfaction. And like a dopamine spike, when it boils down to it from a scientific perspective, we're all looking for dopamine spikes that makes us feel good. And when you help people, it really does create a dopamine spike, and you can continue with that. Because as people make more money, it gets to a point where the dopamine spike doesn't go up as much anymore. And every time we help people, it does continually have that. So giving back and helping people is a continual source of true satisfaction for people. So this is a little different type of video that I normally do. Let me know in the comments below what you think. I'm trying to kind of partition my videos into two things. Number one, we'll be analyzing kind of trending things, sometimes politics, sometimes just very interesting interactions that I can break down and teach what's actually going on to help you out. And then some of them are gonna be more what I call talking head, where I'm just on here going through, whether it be studies or ideas that I have that I think help and can contribute to your social confidence and social awareness. So let me know what you think about that. If you wanna see what I mean with one of these analysis videos, I've got one right here of Bill Maher going up against Ben Shapiro. It's called an alpha battle analysis. They're both very well spoken and they're kind of going at it. So I'm gonna break down the strategies they use. So you can click here and I'll talk to you in that video now.